Good afternoon. It is not rare to see at least one stray animal a day while commuting back and forth to work. In fact, this picture was just taken by me today of a stray animal I saw on my way home. According to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, also known as the ASPCA, it is impossible to determine how many stray dogs and cats live in the United States. Estimates for cats alone range up to 70 million. Most of the time, the stray dogs and cats you see out on the streets are lost pets that weren't given the proper identification or weren't cared about enough to be looked for. Between 2003 through 2009, the National Council on Pet Population Study and Policy, or NCPPSP, reported that less than 2% of cats and only 15 to 20% of dogs are returned to their owners. Most were identified using tags, tattoos, or microchips. Although animal breeders are not fully to blame for the overpopulation of animals in the United States, they do carry a large part of the problem. Let's talk about the alternative way of obtaining a new pet and controlling the population of animals all at the same time. Adopting a new pet can be beneficial for you in numerous ways. The adoption fees for pets are much less than the prices of the breeder. Adoption fees range from as low as $10 to a mere $150. You will likely pay the average animal shelter for their services to house, feed, spay and neuter, give the animal a health check and temperament evaluation, and any up-to-date vaccinations required. If shopping for a specific breed using breeders, be prepared to pay a hefty price that doesn't include anything but the animal and maybe a certificate of breed authenticity. Many of the pets available at your local animal shelters have already been trained to a certain extent and are ready to advance in their training. Most adult pets in a shelter are already housebroken and will relieve you of any stress of having to keep a watchful eye out for your new carpet. They would have also already gone through a temperament evaluation, which will help the kennel staff place you with a pet that fits your lifestyle and personality. Pets adopted from a shelter are also more socialized than those you get from a breeder, because they get to interact with people on a daily basis. Although some may be a little skittish at first, because of their past, sometimes all they need is a little reassurance. Another benefit you will find from adopting a pet rather than buying one from a breeder is a sense of pride you will immediately get from saving the life of an animal. The American Humane Organization states that in 1997, roughly 64% of the total number of animals that entered shelters were euthanized. In 2008, it was estimated that approximately 3.7 million animals had to be put to sleep mainly because of overcrowding in shelters. Pets from breeders are not neutered or spayed, which increases the chance of the pet producing a litter that you cannot afford, which means more animals will be sent to animal shelters. Some people may be looking for a specific breed, and that's why they choose to buy from a breeder. However, there are animal shelters that are filled with dogs and cats that are the products of these breeders and need to find homes. Buying from a breeder isn't all bad, however. It does have advantages over adopting from an animal shelter. For instance, when adopting from a shelter, you will have little to no idea of the past your pet has endured. Your dog could have been the result of a puppy mill, could have been used in dog fights, or physically abused by its previous owners. A pet from a breeder will also, most times, be a young, purebred animal that can be shown at pet shows and other competitions. This picture is of my purebred Lhasa Apso Oakley. After already adopting a mixed breed from the Humane Society, I bought Oakley from a breeder because I was looking for his specific breed. Although Oakley cost me $400, I was able to have the option of possibly entering him into a dog show, and I immediately knew his past and bloodline that same day. Although buying from a breeder does have its advantages, they don't outweigh the advantages of adopting your next best friend. Let's review. Although buying pets from a breeder has its advantages, like buying a young, purebred animal that can be shown at competitions, when adopting a pet, the cost is a minimal fee that includes many services such as spaying or neutering, up-to-date vaccinations, and health and temperament evaluations. Many of the pets at local shelters already have training to a certain extent and are ready to begin advanced training. They've been housebroken and have gotten used to a daily routine. To add to this advantage, they are also introduced to people on a daily basis. Furthermore, the sense of pride from adopting a pet and saving its life is priceless. Remember, a large percent of animals are euthanized because there is no room for them anymore at a shelter. By already being the proud owner of 2 rescued dogs, I can gladly say I have done my part in helping control the overpopulation of animals in the United States. Like AdoptAPet.com says, dog adoption or cat adoption saves lives. Adopt a dog or a cat and you'll have a friend for life.